Alright, so as I mentioned in one of my previous videos with my DER D5000, this little adapter here came with these crocodile clips, which, oh, you know, they're okay for itself if you're just doing like individual component testings, but I want to use these. So I actually want to remove these plugs and wire these into here. So that's what this video is about, is me pulling this apart and seeing what I can do to do that. Now, there are other videos online of this being done. I've seen it at, I think it's TRX Bench. I think he's done it. I think it was him that did it, from memory. I could be mistaken. Anyway, so that's the inside. Let's get a better shot of that. So each cable has got 3 wires in it. It's got a shield which goes to that trace there, and it's got 2 internal conductors. So it's one set there, one set there. And I'm not going to pull it out of the casing, though I probably could. Yeah, okay. That's interesting. Yeah, so that's the plan, is to strip all this out. I have to cut this little piece here off. Yeah, snip. Of course, if I'm going to put another strap around there, I'll have to do the same thing. I will have to take it out. So, no, it's pretty easy to do, isn't it? Negative, positive. Wire 1, wire 2, shields onto both of those. And looks pretty simple. So I have a soldering iron already heated up. Let's give it a quick clean. Might be still a bit hot, but right, let's give it a go. Let's just pull these wires off first. Which one's shortest? Probably that one. Drop this down slightly so you can see slightly better. Just get some more light too, eh? That might be an improvement also. And what I might do with these existing leads is possibly make a little set of banana plugs for a multimeter or something, you know, so it's all you know, for 4-wire measurements on little components. That could be handy for that. Maybe, I don't know, I'll have to think about that. Yeah, it's probably not particularly exciting watching me do this bit, but anyway, I want to do the whole thing as a video, whole process, so someone that's doing it can see. And you don't want to touch the side like I've just done there. That's really not good. Ah, dear. Damn it. More experience than that. I shouldn't do shit like that. Anyway. So just a little bit. Just call it. Right. So apart from the little nick on the side for the soldering iron, which is, I can't believe I did that. Anyway. These are actually not bad little plugs that came on these things. I got these from, I think it was AliExpress, could have been somewhere else. I mean, they're crimped on, they look all nice enough and stuff like that. So my plan is to try and get this out. See if I can use the cutters. Might just be able to get under here with that. I mean, they're all nicely crimped enough and stuff like that. So I want to reuse these sometimes, so I don't want to destroy the plugs. There we go. The actual shield isn't soldered, this is sitting in there. Let's just try and get my hand on here so I can hold it down so I'll desolder it. Okay, that's one off. Just try and straighten this back out a little bit. So yes, I'll just, it's not going very well. one off. This is going to be a bit boring. Maybe I'll do this in a more efficient way, eh? Put them all apart in the same way at the same time. Be a bit quicker. Yeah, so the plan is to show the whole process so you've got an idea of what's involved, no stops, nothing. And it's an easy thing to do. You just have to make sure you've got the right equipment to do the job. So, anyway. It's got a little, look at that, a little insulating shield on there. Didn't notice that in the first one. I'm guessing it was in there. It's pretty easy to get this thing stripped down. This is nice little plugs. I'm going to keep them. I'll use them for something else. They're not bad. I quite like the strain relief that's on them. Right. Okay, next part. You have to make sure you get the correct pair, so you have to follow one wire right down to make sure you get the pair, because if you don't get the pair you've got a bit of a problem. So I'm just looking at this one if I can do without stripping any more off. And this is the red wire I've got, so I'll do that as positive. I can do one wire without stripping it, but I think the other one, unless no, I won't do that. So I'm going to strip some more off this. Where's my strippers? I highly recommend everyone gets a pair like this. These are really good. They're a bit more expensive than the other types, but they're really good. Highly recommend them. Now, is that long enough? Yep, that'll do the job. So there's a little silver foil in here which I want to get off. A little bit fiddly. Make sure the wires are in it. So I don't have to recut the central conductor, that's quite good, so make sure the wires are in. Solder. Probably can't see it very well, just see it. Yeah. It's probably slightly better. I should have my filter on, but it makes a lot of noise. So when I'm recording I don't tend to have it on. You see how much smoke's going off there? Like I said, I've got it very hot. Okay, so that's actually one cable. Alright. What I might do actually is just put a just to help differentiate them a little bit. I've got a cable, a bit of heat shrink that'll go around them. No, it's probably a bit narrow. No, maybe I won't. Okay, I was going to just do them, just set the pairs up, but because there's a bit of heat shrink down here, I might slide it up a bit further actually. Alright. Now I'll do the other one. Get the other cable prepared. Same deal. Strip all that off. See how easy that is? It's far better than the other types. You know. I have to admit, I mean, for years and years I used a knife, you know, and just I thought, oh, that's a extravagance, you know, getting a proper wire stripper. Just use a knife, it's always alright, you know, it does the job. But when I did finally decide to get one, I thought, well, this is so much better, you know. I really wished I thought, you know, got one a bit earlier instead of just thinking I didn't really need it, because it made doing things like this so much easier. Anyway, so if you do have the available money, get these at wire stripper, because believe me, it's well worth having. Well worth it. Let's just make sure it's going to be long enough. Yeah, that's fine. So you can see this is not going to take me very long at all to do this. You know, I'm already 3/4 of the way there, really. The only thing I'm not sure of at the moment is the actual clip ends, because that stinks. Right. I've seen, from my own experience of buying a different version of these, the wires at this end wasn't very good. I'm actually tempted to pull these off at this end, strip this out, and just check them, because they might not be made very well this end. Previously they weren't, so I don't trust them. I really don't trust them. Okay, so let's look at. I need to put this onto something. Always need the right tool for the job. Mr. Vice. Now, here we go. Again, I bought this years ago as well. Really handy thing. Just pull this out. Of course, I could turn it sideways, but no, I'll just do it lengthways. And when I actually go to cable tie this, I'm going to take those screws out and tidy it up. So just stick that in like that. Make sure it's not slim around too much. Okay, hope you can see that okay. Right. So this is the negative wires I'm doing. So I shall do what I'll do here, because I've got to try and join 2 wires onto that negative. Just here. So I'll do the shorter one first, I think, and I'll put the longer one over the top of that. I also need to think about how I'm going to make sure they're not being strained. Or maybe I'll do the other way around. Actually, I think I'll put the longer one on first. So let's just put some fresh solder on here. I do always have my soldering iron set quite hot, so it does tend to smoke a lot more. Right. Make sure I haven't crossed them over again, they're still negative. Right. This one here's got no solder on it either, because they weren't actually soldered into those plugs, as you saw. So I'm just going to put a bit of solder on here just to make sure they're all good. Don't want to throw anything inside the plug either, or inside the box. I need some tweezers. A little long ago to use tweezers, not fingers. Tweezers don't get burnt. Yeah, anyway. Okay, and you can get your feet getting the solder irons go up. Right. Stick it in here like that. Okay, that's one. If I need to adjust this hole for the wiring, I can do it on the other side possibly, but no, actually it looks like it's going to be okay. Right, other wire. Okay, I think I'll put the longer one on first. I think it's just easier that way. I think it is working out easier. Okay, so let's do this. This time without melting the side of the casing. That's always a good thing. Again, this one's going to need some solder on it. Then I will cable tie it to the board afterwards, just to make sure the wires don't get pulled. You can still see that okay, my hand's probably in the way. Yeah. Right. Done. Now, in theory that should actually work as it is. Now I'm going to pull this board out, those two little screws just there, so slightly, those little screws out, and then I shall cable tie that. I mean, this will work, so I'm confident in that. It's just the other end I'm worried about really, with those. I mean, I've already tested it obviously, but testing is not quite the same. Oh, come on. It's going to be a bit tight to get out, is it? Feels like it. Screws are out. Come on. Okay. Well, doesn't want to come out. There's not another screw in there missing, is it? Oh yes, there is. 4 screws. Okay. That's why. It's 4 screws, people, not 2 screws. Don't know why I didn't see them, they're quite obvious. Here we go, look at that, let's pop it straight now. That makes much more sense. Okay, so that's what the inside of that looks like. So it's got double-sided board here, so it's got contacts on each side. And so it does the 4-wire part. Okay, so let's get some cable ties. It's probably a bit too high now. Right. Around here, back out here. This is probably not really exciting, but like I said, I'm going to show the whole thing, start to finish, good to bad. So far it's taken 17 minutes of video, so you can see what things not to do. It's always a good thing to see what not to do. Okay, let's make sure they're all positioned nicely. Try and give them a bit of a push to take slack off. Well, there's no tension on the wires. That way it's not gonna, not likely to get pulled. So it'll just bunched up very slightly. I mean, it will get pulled in time, so you know, I just want to reduce the chance of it being a problem from that. Okay, that's nice and tight. Cut this off. Put it back in. Put the 4 screws back in. Because you took 4 out, didn't you? Because there was obviously 4 screws. Get in. Get in. No, I'm not very good. Anyway. Then I'll test it as it is. And I might say to slit open those heat shrinks on the handles. Just have a little look and see what's in there. I'd hate to have it play up later on. Okay, there's that bit. Interesting, if you look at the panel here, it's got like a slot on the inside there. I don't know what that's for. Maybe it's some of the variant. Maybe it's got like a component tester fit or something, so it's got like a slot and you've got some spoon clips in there or something like that. Entirely possible, isn't it? Anyway, let's shove those back in there. Hopefully it will close up okay. Alright, cool, that's going to fit. Awesome. There's a lot of other good channels out there to watch on YouTube. There's lots of really interesting technical guides and people doing repairs and stuff like that. It's always time consuming. That's the best way of putting it. Kill a lot of time doing that stuff. Okay, so that's hooked up. let's test it. And it gets me with this meter is this plugs in really easily. It's not a very tight fit at all. It's really loose. So I don't know if it's really an issue, but it's just observation. Let's get a capacitor of some kind here. I'm trying something newer, so it's probably alright. There are some quite old caps lying around. Alright. I suppose I should do a calibration, shouldn't I? Cal. If I can remember how to do it, you do that. Open, yes. Alright, do the calibration because it's different leads, so I should do that, otherwise it'll be false readings. So what I've got here is a 63 volt 1 UF. Look how small this thing is. 63 volts. I bought these from Maplin in the UK. I actually used to go to Maplin when I lived in the UK. It's an awesome place. Awesome. I don't know what it's like now as a shop, but it's always, you know, very interesting. You know, poke around here for hours and hours. Anyway, so opens past, short, still together. Yeah, so I bought these from there by mail order. I don't know. I got these probably about 5 years ago. I bought a whole bunch of parts. I needed to restock, and I think I bought about 100 of these things or something. I still got some left. But it'd be interesting to see how they actually go still, if it still looks okay or not. I haven't actually looked. So this won't take much longer. Put the light on there. Here we go, slightly better. Problem having lots of lights. Okay, short past. Let's have a go. .1057 NF, which is damn close to 1 UF, isn't it? I think I'm on auto, aren't I? Take that off of that capacitor. I can check the ESR. Man, come on. Oh, I think I'm touching them together, but it doesn't help. Here we go. 7.4 ohms. That seems a little high. But then it is a really small cap. Let's just try another one, See, I've got a few. Let's just try another one exactly the same type. Here we go. Let's do that. But the actual clip leads are working, so that's a good thing. Yeah, similar values. Slightly lower UF. So it's looking consistent at least. Now I've got this really old ones. These are the sort of thing I used to do as I was younger. I'd salvage parts. Oh my God, what was I doing with this thing? I've actually scraped off the bloody markings on it. The negative markings scraped off. So this should be interesting. This is really old. This is a bit when I was a teenager. What do we get? ESR is quite high. Capacity still looks alright. There you go. Let's see what else we got here. I might just chuck that out. I don't trust it. Yeah, look at this, all corroded up. This should be interesting too. Try and get through the corrosion. Some of these parts have been sitting in these drawers for many years. That's probably why I bought those other ones. Alright. Yeah, 7 ohms, just under 1 UF. Well, just under 1 UF. So that was actually still good, even though I've had it for many years. So that's right, awesome. The leads are working fine. Let's try a different value, just to see if it screws anything up. Let's go 100 UF. Here you go. This is fairly new. What's this one? 100 volt. 100 volt, 100 UF. Let's see what we get. Yeah, 0.0 or 0.13 ohms, 87 UF. So it's probably because of the frequency I'm on. I'm on 1 kilohertz. Let's change frequency. 10 kilohertz. 100 kHz. These sorts of things usually using power circuits, so I probably should be doing 100 Hz. Yeah, so yeah, it's close enough. I'm not sure what the specs are for these, what they're supposed to be tested on. But yeah, it's slightly low valued, but it doesn't matter what frequency one, does it? Or very slightly low. But anyway, there, look, all done.